What up, All Elements Radio, DJ J-Ronin, you know what it is. I got a legend in the building, paging Dr. Octagon. We got Black Elvis in the building. Kool Keith, y'all. Give it for Kool Keith. Come on, y'all. Come on, Shark. We got Shot Town in the building, man. Shark Cooler in the building. Sharon in the building, too. But, of course, we got the man, the myth, the legend, Kool Keith. What's up, brother?
What's up, yo? What's up, Roland? DJ Ronin.
What's up, man?
Yeah, Roland, you know,
Yo.
I hate that term, the legend, because I'm not a legend.
Listen, you just don't want to get called old.
No. I know you saying that, but
legend is a beautiful term.
No, legend is not.
You have living legends. You have legends who are 20, legends who are 30, legends who are 40. A legend don't have an age to it. Legend is just you paid your dues and you did noteworthy work that'll stand the test of time.
I always argued against the word legend for some reason in the music industry.
There's nothing wrong with legend.
It's three words I never liked. It was pioneer, legend.
Pioneer is old. If somebody calls you a pioneer,
legend. And the word old school. I don't like old school. I was never fond of those three definitions because I was never in either one of them. But
right.
I know you said the legend thing.
True, I like true school better than old school.
Like legend could be.
You got younger cats calling themselves legends now.
Yeah, legends. I don't know where that word came from.
If you stood the test of time and you've been in the game long enough and you got fans for 10, 20 plus years, you're a legend.
Legend?
Embrace it.
What's the definition of legend?
To be legendary. Your story, your presence, your music stands the test of time, and it's all over the world.
Well, I think it's kind of also a crutch.
World renowned.
But I can say it's also
forever.
I can say it's also a crutch because a lot of rappers live and don't create any more records after becoming a legend.
That's true too.
All right. How would you fix that?
Well, you got some people who did what they did in the 80s or 90s and they have those couple of hits and they just tore off of that.
Right.
Like, hey, I did this song, and that song, and that's what I got.
So you're saying that it makes them stop? Maybe being called a legend could be
no, I think it's
a
just
slight handicap?
Some artists, they lose passion for the pen.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? And they just want to do their hits,
but I'm saying,
and they don't want to do new music.
But you saying artists? I'm saying you saying artists as singing artists.
No, I'm talking about MCs.
Or MCs. Okay.
You have MCs in the hip hop game who made their classics.
Right.
And maybe they'll put out a song once in a while. They're okay with that. And some of them, they're not as in tune with the culture. Mm-hmm. They don't go out to shows and events. They only go out to their shows, get their money, and they go home, and that's it.
And you saying they stuck?
They kind of out of touch
in the channel of what they're doing for what they're doing. They don't know nothing on the outside.
They kind of stuck with how they do things.
Okay.
And then you have brothers like yourself who stay putting stuff out independently, stay touring, and I'll catch you. I'll catch you in the club. You know, Ice-T, other people like who.
But you know, I like making new records.
Right, but I catch y'all in the club, chilling, checking out new talent, going to this event, going to that event. You're not stuck in your own little world.
Okay,
you go outside of that.
Here's one thing I would like to say.
You know what I mean?
Say in the art of in music, say rap, the genre. Mm-hmm. You got like baseball players. You got football players, right. You got basketball players, right? Hold on.
Here's the thing.
They all be trying to get a studio. They all want to record. Even if they box.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you got pro football players that make good money. You got boxers. I mean, they well into the music of rap. I mean, rap is a big influence.
A lot of athletes and actors want to rap. And most of them are terrible.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Right.
Why does a rapper quit when you got a lot of people that make way more than a rapper, and they are inspired to rap more? Right. You got boxers out here knocking people out left and right. But they still I will say this. After boxing, they want to do some verses. Right. I think what it is too, a lot of people get comfortable, like saying, "Well, I did it enough," or "I quit." But this is such an art that took a long way and a long struggle to get there, for people to say, oh, I'm done with it and stuff like that. You got people still, you got like Kevin Durant got a drum machine. Right. Still, and somehow want to.
Chris Webber makes beats.
Yeah,
he makes.
But
beats
I'm saying, like
mm-hmm.
Floyd Mayweather's involved with boxing. You got a lot of people that's you got football players, boxers.
But Keith,
baseball players, but
rapping.
I'm saying,
as far as sports, your body gets old. But as far as rapping, as long as your mind is sharp, you can always write dope bars.
But I'm saying that's why
songs.
I said legend could be a handicap. That's why
but you know what it is?
It's all about the word.
Some people lose that passion, like I said.
Okay.
And some people get bullied out the game. Some people get robbed and extorted and beat up, and they don't. And they get scared out of the game.
Oh, so you saying
some people they don't have that respect. They can't come outside.
Okay, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
So some people are like that, and then some people, they just get out of touch,
Right.
Some people are stuck only in their era. So you came in the game with Ultramagnetic, but you've transformed. You've had so many different personas, I feel like you as an artist, you don't have a problem evolving with the times. Okay. And that's what makes you a greater legend to me, because you stood the test of time.
Okay, I'm not going to debate.
You know what I mean? If someone can, you a brother who's still getting paid.
I'm gonna let you go that way. I'm gonna let you.
You still getting paid for verses all the time.
Yeah.
You still getting paid for shows all the time.
Right. Okay,
you know what I mean?
Say, you
got artists who don't get paid for nothing no more because it's over for them.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that was the quote of legend.
Right.
We just covered it all.
If they're not getting no money anymore, they probably not a real legend. They fell off.
Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Use the stove, brother. I don't get my lighter.
You know what I'm saying?
People smoking weed in here, y'all. I'm snitching.
Okay. Okay, we got legend taken care of.
Right.
I thought it was a handicap, so we fixed it.
No, that was a good discussion right there. Okay. Now, as far as, your career, as I said, you came in the game, Ultramagnetic. My first memory of y'all, it was 88. I remember it was the Democratic nominees for president that year. Mm-hmm. And I remember my parents were voting for Dukakis.
Okay.
Right. And it was 88, and I remember hearing, I'm hyped for the Critical Beatdown.
Right.
This dude pulled up. I'm trying to remember what kind of car it was. Not a Peugeot. What's the other joint they had?
What, the Porsche?
Not a Porsche.
Oh, it was a sports car?
Yeah.
Corvette?
No. It's like
a two-door car?
Like they had it
Mustang?
They had it paid in full.
Oh, BMW. 190.
Subaru.
190 Mercedes.
A Saab. It was a Saab. Dude pulled up in a fly Saab, and he was just bumping the Critical Beatdown album. And I'm a little
there
dude.
was a hot car one time. A Saab was a car to have one time. A Saab was a car to have. 1980 Saab, yeah. Mm-hmm. A Saab was like a car.
Yeah,
it was supposed to be a baller car. It was a funny looking little bubble looking car.
Right.
And everybody's supposed to be in love with a Saab. You don't see them no more though.
Nah, not really.
Okay, yeah.
In Europe you do, but not out here.
Yeah.
But he put up in the Saab. He playing Critical Beatdown, and I'm a little dude. And the drums is knocking. Said G on the drums.
What record was playing? Critical Beatdown?
Critical Beatdown.
Or
I'm hyped for the
Get
Critical
the Drummer
Beatdown.
some. Oh, I'm hyped for the Critical Beatdown.
But I heard a couple of songs.
Yeah.
And as a little kid, I was like, wow, this shit is dope.
I'm ready. General. I remember that.
And it's just the way you spitting, and the drums was knocking, and I was like, woo, this is fire. And that's, for me, that's an early hip hop memory.
Yeah.
Something that influenced me. You know what I mean? And I went out and got that album. I got my babysitter to get me that album.
Yeah.
So I had it as a kid.
Had the Polo, Dapper Dan stuff on, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And, I feel like from there, you just, you had Papa Large, you had the Black Elvis, you had Dr. Octagon, you had Dr. Doom.
Many more.
And many more. The
Cenobites. Working with Godfather Don.
Mm-hmm.
Menelik.
And people don't know a lot of you do a lot of your own production.
Yeah.
Shout out to Percy P, by the way.
Yeah.
That's another artist I worked with real early on in my career.
Yeah, me and Don, we got Percy to come to Brooklyn. I'm matter of fact, I'm the one that made, I used to see Percy as a person who was good, and then I told Percy one time, Percy was being down in the village, standing in front of Fat Beats.
Right. That's why I met him.
And I was like,
right.
He was like, yeah, I said, Percy, man, try something different. Go to LA and, try another city, don't be, take a chance. Don't be like, every rapper that was just stuck in the tri-state area. Mm-hmm. And
he went out there, he
LA,
and everything.
Things flipped when I told him to go to LA.
Shout out to Peanut Butter Wolf, by the way.
Yeah.
Crack Kills coming soon. Sav Kills and CX Keytronic.
Peanut Butter Wolf owe me a lot of favors wherever he's at. I haven't seen him since he made a few moves with some stones, but like you said, but that's what Instagram. But legends do remain with favors, right? So Peanut Butter Wolf, holler back, hit J-Ronin up.
I'll hit him up. I'll tell him that
you probably got a bag for me too. So ran away from home to be a big star and won a single.
Oh yeah.
So Peanut Butter Wolf, big shouts to Peanut Butter Wolf.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Peanut Butter Wolf.
Sometimes, co-signer, Kool Keith co-signer.
So let me ask you a question. What was it like in the early ultramagnetic days compared to now? How has the culture changed? And of course, there's technology, but the crowd, the vibe, how is it different?
I haven't really. I noticed the change from the golden age, and then from the different eras of music, basically, and then the '90s music also. And then to the 2000, and then to the millennium. But my voice is pretty much blessed to be adjusted to all the sounds that we had to go through right now, which a lot of people didn't make it across the bridge, like you said. A lot of people didn't make it across that stanza rap bridge as far as the changes of the adjustments of the vocals and the cadences. Like you said, certain styles that only went to a certain year, and some was too stiff to cross the bridge. Which the style, when I think like when I came out, I just adjusted, and like you said, my wordplay and stuff staying smooth and not sounding more stiff. I still made it cross that bridge that was good for me to rhyme on anything that's coming out, brand new stuff. Whatever people are doing now, everything the kids are doing, what I'm doing, it fits right. And, for me to have like a 14-year-old kid come up to me and say, yo, I got Dr. Octagon, I know about all your stuff, and they don't even know about Critical Beatdown. So that's good that the new millennium still recognize that you got a flow that can go in this time.
Right.
A lot of rappers, like you said, from the SB12 moments, they can't get on nothing new, or they can't adjust to nothing new because they ain't tried and they just got stuck. And like you said, it was a little time where the beats changed.
Could be fear. Could be fear of failure for them. They did so well in that one era. They don't want to look corny or whatever in a new era.
That's true too. Like you said, fear and embarrassment. But I'm glad that I can rhyme with the millennium and so on into the future, because I was ahead of my time. So everybody just caught up when the kids came out and all the new people, and I was just right there waiting. It was a bus. A lot of rappers were probably 4 buses behind, basically.
Right.
I was there for the first bus. A lot of people was 4 buses behind. But what gets me upset is the people that caught the 4th and 5th bus. I don't understand why they're mad. That's the only thing. Like you said, I could talk to you about the fear, but I can't talk to you about the mad part. Can we talk about the mad process? Like, people are mad that they couldn't get on the first bus, but they don't want to get on the first bus, but they're mad at the people that made it to the first bus. You
had a lot of dudes who was getting money in the street and like, oh yeah, I don't want to rap, and then 20 years later they trying to rap. Like you did your 15 years in jail and now you trying to rap?
Right.
God damn.
Right.
Like them dudes is the worst. It's like, fam.
But what about the guys that had
and you put out your first mixtape?
Well, what about the guys who had records out and then they couldn't adjust to the time now? You know what I'm saying? Now I see that as an excuse.
I mean, there's certain artists who
it could be lazy. It could be lazy. First of all, if you don't listen to nobody, you're not gonna learn. I don't care if I'm gonna tell you in any sport, if you don't watch somebody, how you gonna learn and adapt? Because if you're a boxer, you gotta watch another boxer, how he fights. If you a kickboxer, you gotta watch another kickboxer.
You gotta understand all the styles.
You gotta watch, and that's what happened. Only in that part in time of rap is that a lot of rappers were stubborn. They be like, I don't want to hear that motherfucker. I'm quite sure you heard that. I don't want to hear that shit. That nigga's whack. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. And all that came from not me. I accepted to listen to everybody.
Right.
Which a lot of people did. Even you, if it's something whack, you still listen to it. But these people,
I might crack jokes on it though.
But these people shut down the whole. Right. These people shut down the whole era, which I kind of can't stand up for certain time zones in rap. There were some mad time zones in rap.
Maybe, but there's always been talent in every era.
But but mad is not talent. Being mad is not talent.
No.
Being good and observant is talent, but being mad is not.
Being
talent.
that's just ignorant. You letting your anger control your motivation as far as being an artist and making moves and studying how the game has changed and evolving.
Well, what was the best competitor? To study, see, you see, it's always been like that. Even in sports, you see Cleveland. You see the Cleveland Cavaliers play in the playoffs. You see all the teams play in the playoffs. They always some of them tie up the series because they go home, watch tapes. They go home and say, oh, we got a Cleveland Cavaliers. They got to watch Al Horford for a minute. See why he getting a lot of points. See why they lost last night.
Study the competition.
Then they change.
Exactly.
What I think that those people in the past got lazy. They don't want to study the competition. Whereas me, I studied the competition, but I still was ahead of my time anyway. But still, you have to study your competition. You can't get good. That's why I said here comes the legend again. I'm a legend. I don't want to listen to that motherfucker.
But
now, answer that one.
That's just arrogance. You can be a humble legend who studies the competition and stays relevant.
And that's what happened.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
And that's what happened in the past because we had arrogance.
Right. And you had a lot of dudes from
that's why
certain eras.
And you can't get mad at these guys right now for what they doing because when you was hot, you was being ignorant. You didn't want to talk to the dude that wanted to learn from you.
Right. A lot of dudes didn't put anybody else on. So many artists they didn't school the next generation, and you have a lot of artists who, if you weren't from New York, they hated on you.
Yeah.
So eventually, large parts of the country, like, oh y'all New York dudes, y'all think you better than us? Fuck y'all motherfuckers.
Well, what happened to a lot of dudes from New York wasn't really mad. A lot of dudes what happened with that? A lot of innocent dudes from New York got caught up with the out of town stuff because there was a lot of mad people in New York that was, like you said, arrogant and ignorant. And I'm a legend, so not everybody was like that. Because I like other cities. I bought tapes from other regions, and
I grew up on the Ghetto Boys.
Yeah, I
grew up on True Live.
I mean, if you look at my CD collection, I bought stuff from the Bay Area, Los Angeles, Midwest,
all the
South,
G-Funk stuff,
Sade, stuff from Florida, stuff from the Midwest, stuff from the East, Philadelphia. I covered all grounds. My CD collection was well-rounded with, all kinds of stuff from all regions. Like I had all kinds of tapes and all kinds of CDs. But
talent is undeniable.
But like you
dope
said,
is dope. It no matter where you from.
Some people bought just tri-state records and they was arrogant.
Right.
Because you know what it was too? A lot of people was hot in the tri-state area. And when you hot in New York, you think you're hot everywhere.
And that's not the case.
And when you get on that turnpike and you ride a couple miles, when you start getting out of Philadelphia and that radio start to edge out from, all the stations in the tri-state area, and you start hearing that little shh.
New Jersey, Connecticut.
Yeah. They start thinking that people in New York was thinking that they was hot everywhere, all over, and the arrogance became they thought they was hot all over. But I remember when I used to travel, you would hear them regions change on the radio. Right now they got probably like they got the same station, clear channel. So you're going to hear the same records in all the regions now. But back in the days, you could tell when you was in Houston. You could tell when you got to Alabama. You could tell when you got to Florida. You could tell when you got to any other city, because you could tell when you got to Mississippi, like anything. But one thing New York thought was the tri-state area was just hot all over the place. And dudes was hot. Like you said, people was on fire in New York City. But they didn't seem to realize you was not hot everywhere. Right. Even when I went to Europe, people would be, dudes that was flaming hot in New York, and you start flying, people would be like, who's that?
Right. I mean, the internet helps, but still, if you're not touring these other places and working with artists and DJs and producers from these other places,
and if you ain't laid that type of work in the past to lay down all those regions, and you was on, big labels before, and people know you for a household name or something, international, like an international person. You can walk around in Germany and people recognize you. You can walk around in France, anywhere you want to go. Los Angeles, people recognize you. But a lot of groups just didn't have that, but they had the arrogance.
Right. You know what's crazy? I've met dudes who haven't had a record out that anybody cared about for 20 plus years and still be arrogant. And then I've met artists from down south who are platinum now.
And they're humble.
And they're so humble and cool.
That's
like Rick Ross, who I've met, T.I., Young Jock. These dudes are super humble and cool. And then I'll be around,
somebody
so-and-so
that had a record
in 92, 94.
And they arrogant.
And, it was out stretching Bob, but it didn't
what kills me. You know what kind of kills me the most is like you said, those dudes down there have so much unity, and you will see somebody in New York, like you said, they might have had a hit record 20 years ago, but if you wanted to collab with them on a record, they'll be making it look like they hot now, and you be like, damn, you're not hot at all. You should be glad somebody want to do a song with you, but you so arrogant and living off your 20-year-ago record.
Right.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
It's like, and then they want me as a promoter. I put events together as well. They want me to pay them for a show, but it's like no one's coming to see you.
But you know why I said
I want you to perform because I like what you did when I was a kid.
But I was trying to tell you,
you ain't gonna promote it because you're so arrogant. You don't want to promote it.
But you know what I was trying to tell you though. That's the arrogance of being called a legend. The legend can work for some people, right, and the legend work for them in a bad, terrible way.
But I don't think it's that word. I think it's just.
Well, they took legend to say.
I think it's just success.
They took legend to be arrogant and
say,
"Kiss my ass." I made this.
Right.
I ain't gotta talk to them. I ain't gotta bow down to that. But then they, they'll be dissing, like you said, somebody from down south, somebody from another region that's hot. But when they go to the show, or when they go to a gathering or event, they want to complain to you. That's why I don't go to those places. They want to complain, yo, man, you motherfuckers is garbage and all that, and I should be on this, and this should be. That's called. I don't even try to hear that. That's called bickering.
My events ain't like that. My events is a lot of young talent.
No, I'm just saying, you don't understand, though.
Right.
You saying, but he had the hit, and he was the legend. That's what I'm saying. My thing was not to. I always wanted to set a state that. I never wanted to come up with the arrogant class. I don't want to graduate in that class. I don't got to cap and gown in the arrogant class.
In my opinion,
because I know I'm like you. It's a lot of motherfuckers like that. You can't even count them on your fingers.
But a lot of them ain't winning, and the ones that are humble are the ones that are winning. You're winning out here. Big Daddy Kane, cool, humble dude, still winning. Sadat X, MOP, good dudes.
Cool G Rap.
Yeah. Smith & Wesson, Good dudes.
But you could name more.
Scarface, super humble and
but
cool.
You could name more.
Common.
But you could name more not winning than winning. That's how bad it is.
Yeah.
Them motherfuckers is like dozens of eggs, a lot of them.
Right, and some of them is spoiled, and you know some rotten eggs you just gotta throw out.
Yeah.
Right to the garbage.
Yeah, but it's sad. You know, it's sad. And plus, you know, there is improper upbringing also. Right. Like you said, you're supposed to be, like you said, teaching like coaches. You don't see like, you know, you got fucking Olajuwon showing LeBron James moves.
Right.
At practice.
I mean, look
so you
at
that shit.
Look at the 80s and 90s, man. Crack was ruling the streets. So many families was broken. You know, fathers getting locked up, mothers on drugs. So a lot of people didn't have that guidance, you know?
Nah. But it's a shame you got people.
Yeah, grandmothers raising people.
But you got people that know better.
Shout out to all the grandmothers out there.
But you got people that know better.
Right.
They should know better. Like you said, that shit is. I
think it's common sense, the golden rule: treat others how you want to treat yourself.
Yeah.
Treat others how you want to be treated. You know.
Yeah, but like you said, that come from. That you said that's the only thing that they have no. It's like you said, it's no laws, there's no rules, and it's like you said, that shit is radical.
I mean, I feel like there are some kind of rules of engagement, and if you fuck up, people do stop work. You know, they won't work with you.
Yeah.
You can't come around crazy. You know, DJs will band together and stop playing your records.
Yeah.
Promoters will stop booking you.
Yeah, you can't really go around being mad at what people are doing now because you spent a lot of years being mad when you could have done something in the future yourself.
Right.
That's a good saying. You can't be mad at what's going on now. You spent so many years being mad on what's going on now till you could have did something in the future your fucking self.
Right. And, you know, even if you don't want to rap anymore, mentor a young artist who is dope and help them get in the game. You know what I mean? So shout out to all the artists who took a back seat but put other people on.
Yeah.
Who were talented.
Well, it starts in your home first, too. Because when you have a kid, you got a nephew, or you got people. Like me, I did songs with my nephews. Mm-hmm. Like I did a song with my nephew. I did a song, like you said, I'm always known for taking kids in the studio with me or something. And they be fucked up. They be like, damn, I can't spit still like my uncle or something. I take my nephews in. But they feel good because they like, damn, I'm still on a track with him, but he's still good. He's still, it's like E40 and his son. Like, E40 is still good regardless. Right. You know what I'm saying? But you got people that be mad because they kids listening to something dope. You know, they still trying to listen to some shit from something else, trying to force it on them. I think you got to work together and be like, okay, let me see what you listening to. Let me see what you doing. Yeah, I can fuck with that. And he goes, I can fuck with that. They don't do that. Wow. He just mad.
You know what gets a lot of hate?
What?
Who I think is a real talented artist, J. Cole. I feel like a lot of artists from older generations, they don't appreciate him like they should.
I like J. Cole myself. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
Like Kendrick. I like Kendrick. He don't get as much criticism, but I feel like I have a lot of artists from the late 80s to the late 90s who hate on him, and I'm like, he can rap. He makes a lot of his own production. Yeah. Like what's the problem?
Yeah, I don't never knock the rookies or something. I listen to them. But they say something nice. He's not a rookie no more. He's anybody, but he was once a rookie. Right. But I'm saying I don't knock nobody coming up. Like you saying, I listen to everybody to know what's going on. You gotta listen to everybody.
Right.
You know, if you walking around and you got a box in your head with an afro, and you listening to like some 1986 shit, and you like blocking everything just going by you out, you like kind of in a zone, really, like you're in a stubborn zone, kind of.
Right.
Like a lot of people are in a stubborn zone. You know, it's you should allow yourself just a couple of hours, sometimes a day, to step out and see what's going on. Then you go back into your back in time box. You know, some people want to stay in their back in time box. Some people never come out the back in time box.
Right.
They just stay in that shit and be locked in the time zone. You know, and that shit affects you with everything. Your comb, your brush, the shit you use, and the shoes you wear.
How you
start,
wear.
you start doing
Clothes.
back in time everything shit.
Right.
That shit come from the record into your household till you start, I still gotta buy, I still gotta look the way the song look and the time. You know what I'm saying? That's what they call evolving.
Right.
That's why people call the new thing is to evolve. You know, and it's been a disease, honestly. It's been a long disease. Especially in New York. I think that's what hurted New York for a long time. Like New York is a city too that's good, but then again, this is the only city you could walk down the street and you wake up in the morning, you might hear like, "I will survive." You be like, "Okay, it's cool. You know, you might wake up and hear Cheryl Lynn, "To be real." You know, it's cool to know we have all that stuff, but you got to give things a chance. You know. You got to give other things a chance.
There's a lot of dope new R&B.
Because people gave you a chance. You can't wake up every morning to all night long. You know, it's fucking, the ball just dropped and you playing that. You know, it's cool. We know that. You know, it's cool. We know Frankie Beverly, Before I Let Go, but you got still, like you said, there's other artists.
Play some Jhené Aiko. Play some SZA.
Yeah, it's just like, I even when you walk around culturally, you go through the system of New York. You walk around, you just go past different things, different posts. You go down in the subway. You go. Everybody's playing like old songs, like it's a disease. I mean, it's cool, but is there anybody new?
Well, ain't nothing wrong.
Like
playing
I'm trying to say,
like,
it's just like,
but keep your mind open.
It's just like, is people
appreciate?
Sometimes
like I'm just
I play
Coltrane
it's just like it's
Miles
just,
Davis
it's
or
cool.
whatever.
But it's like, is it
I
people?
mix it up.
Is it people?
Right.
Do people supposed to evolve? Or it's just like, we're gonna stay here and listen to like some shit like that just every day, just because we don't, you don't know what's going on. You don't know how to be new or something.
Well, I think that's what kids are for. Having kids and mentoring kids.
That's one thing about me. I got kids, but I didn't have to have kids to be new, because I was always new anyway. Some people are blessed with being new. They know old stuff, but they're blessed with being new anyway. But you got people they get mad. They be like, "I'm gonna stay like this. Fuck that. I'm gonna play."
By the way, I know you said you hate the term pioneer.
Oh, yeah.
But you know what people say you're a pioneer
I ain't no
right?
fucking pioneer.
You don't
I'm
like
not
the
a
term.
pioneer. I don't. That's another word. Hold on, that's another word we're gonna get rid of. Pioneer and old school. All that shit. Like you said, between me and you.
Right.
Put that patch on a lot of those motherfuckers. Like you said, that's arrogant. You know what I'm saying? Because they so arrogant, that's on their chest. And they think that's the highest elite.
But did you know
part of staff.
Did you know what I was gonna say?
There's no such thing as staff. It's they think that's the higher elite part of staff because they are legends.
Oh man,
that shit come back. That's what I'm saying to you. They use it in the wrong term.
Arrogance is arrogance. They could have no titles and still be arrogant.
You think so?
I feel like you need to embrace your greatness. It's okay. It's okay. Embrace your greatness, brother. It's all right.
Yeah.
Living your best life.
It's like, you know what it is, though? It's one. A lot of people are living to accept their awards, though. I'm gonna tell you really, Ronin. A lot of people are living to accept their awards. Like, you was the greatest for this. You was the greatest for that. thank you very much, and everybody sing some songs to you and give you ceremonies and tribute to you. They live for that to not work anymore.
You gotta stay active. But anyway, what I was gonna say was,
I'm looking at these motherfuckers, huh?
Keith, one of the things you're giving credit for is the internal rhyme style, having rhymes within rhymes. And you was doing that. People like Eminem do that, and he shouted you out on a record. People like Cameron, Dipset does that.
I like Cameron. I like Eminem. I mean, like you said, I created a lot of different patterns in music.
Right.
And I have fun, writing is good for the mind and exercise. And, like you said, and there's a few people still can keep up with the lyrics, like you said. Even I appreciate, like you said, a lot of people that came out in that time rhyming. Even Jay-Z rhymes is still good. It's like, he didn't, I don't think he lost the beat either. Like,
nah.
It's good. Like,
and he was dropping records in 86, 87.
Yeah.
Working with Jazzo.
It's good. Like,
Shout
but you said, you said it's a lot of people, though, that quit. Like you said, they threw in the towel because they couldn't adjust. Like you said, that's the only thing I could really figure. They couldn't adjust.
Some people, if they can get $10,000, $8,000 a show, and just keep doing that.
Well,
they feel like they don't have
to. Before the show. Before the show, it was just skill. It was just supposed to have been about the evolution of rap, the skill and just that you can write. You can write, but they took it from the craft to that point, like the keep going power. They like you said, they stopped to adjust, but it is cool. Like you said, if you get the same demand for a show, whatever. But then again, you go to those shows, it's a lot of slow people there too. You got a big slow crowd with you also. So I look at it like that.
Yeah.
Money's money, but it's still. Did you like you said? Did you evolve your audience? Did you do anything?
I got a question for you. What is Give me 10 artists you feel like who have evolved.
Because I ain't going no show.
Great longevity.
I'm not going to no show and see like a nigga with a suit on breakdancing, 49, 50 years old or something. He look like a dumbass, basically. Like he's spinning on his head. His girl got. So these people gotta look at this shit. Things like.
Hey, if he in shape, he can still do it.
Huh?
If he can still do it, why not?
I mean, it just looks awkward because you're putting yourself like it's like you dumbing. It's like you dumbing down yourself.
On a positive note, give me 10 artists who you feel have had great longevity and have evolved with different eras. Off the top, I think you said Jay-Z.
Oh yeah, he evolved.
I think Busta is a good one.
Busta evolved. Cool G Rap evolved.
LL Cool J.
LL evolved.
He had a long run.
We talking about people that rhyme with time and
right and have evolved and had longevity in the game. We got LL, we got Busta, we got Jay, we got G Rap. I think Big Daddy Kane.
Yeah.
I think he kind of had his ups and downs, but I think where he's at now. He can keep up with a Joel Ortiz and people like that who he's worked with.
Yeah.
He already got new stuff coming out, so I'm looking forward to it.
Okay. And it's not too many though. It's.
I think skill wise, Tragedy Gaddafi, from the Intelligent Hoodlum era to now, he's still dope and can rap with anybody. Craig G.
Yeah,
skill wise, definitely has evolved.
Yeah.
And kept growing as an
only,
artist.
What, like 8, 9, 8? It ain't too many. It ain't too many. It ain't too many though. It's not a lot. A lot of people, they just chose to stick back in that zone.
Scarface.
Yeah, Scarface.
He's one
if you going in regions like E40, a lot of people.
Definitely, yeah. I'm talking about worldwide.
Yeah. I thought you meant just New York.
Not just New York.
Oh, yeah, of
E40
course.
for sure.
Yeah. definitely. Even in the West, like Snoop Dogg and Quick. A lot of people still can flow right now and stuff. But like you said, it's a lot of them. Like you said, they can't really do. It's a lot you can name that didn't do anything. That's sad because you want to hear them.
I think Ice Cube is another one. He's kept himself out there.
Yeah.
If and when he wants to drop an album, it can come out and it'll be dope. He's proved that.
Yeah.
Holding his own with Nas and Killer Mike and artists like that. And Nas is another good one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Nas.
As far as longevity.
It's not too many after that, I guess. But like you said, there's many more that you want to hear, but you saying it will never happen because a lot of people still use the word legend. In a word, not in a good way.
Don't say legend or pioneer around Kool Keith. This is the lesson that I have learned for the day.
Yeah, I like to say I'm just it's an honor for what I do. That's all. People should say it's an honor for what you do. Like don't.
People tell me I'm a legend, and I say no. I'm a young veteran.
Don't even say veteran. You wasn't in no war or nothing.
I lost my leg in Vietnam.
Yeah. Don't even say veteran. These are terms that should be out. Veteran.
You don't like veteran?
Pioneer.
You don't like vet?
Legend. A tribute.
You've been through it.
Everybody want to do a tribute to you, and you know what I'm saying? Tribute people while they living. Yeah. That's another thing. Tribute people while they living. We live in a system where people want to tribute you. Like Aretha Franklin. People should have fucking been playing her records all the time. Don't fucking wait till something happen. Then you want to hang up on the marquee and all that. Play these people's songs when you want to hear them. Play, and same for music, rappers, like you said. Don't go playing records and stuff. That's what we have a problem with too. People start to like a record when somebody's not around. Play the fucking records. Play, appreciate these people so they can see that they're being appreciated.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to say.
No, I agree. I mean, like I said, I play who I like, when I feel like it. And I try to play different genres, different moods.
And that's becoming to be like a fun thing to do. Is like, oh yeah, let's pull that record out now. I'm gonna miss that person now. I want to really play his records tonight or something. Like just play the shit. I got everybody's CD. I play them shits. Like I might go home now and play somebody or something in my headphones and. Like fuck that, I got them on my hard drive, whatever, But
speaking of your hard drive, what do you have coming out, brother? What's going? What's going on with Kool Keith?
Well, I record a lot of songs. I go up to different studios. I go up to Fred's. I go up to
shout out to Fred one.
Steve's. I go up to different places and keep recording and working with different artists. And like you said, but me, I stay recording as far as keeping my catalog strong. I make records.
How many albums have you dropped at this point?
I dropped a lot of albums, and then I got a lot. It's funny. I dropped a lot of albums in the public, and then I dropped a lot of albums to myself, which I take them home, put them in my catalog bag, which is a lot of albums to myself.
And they never came out.
I never come out. I make records to stay sharp, just in general. Even though I make money on my features and make money from albums and do deals with, different people and all my little collateral things, and I got albums that I want to sell some days as like masters, like Prince or something. Maybe I can sell them to, I can bid them out or something, a big ass album, which is true. I think I set myself to those standards that a lot of people might copy, but their stuff is not as fortunate and authentic. Like you said, it's not as fortunate and with the antiqueness to it, which I made a lot of future records and stuff like that. I think people love to hear things that you haven't released and put out and stuff like that. And you might have a lot of people that want to hear that stuff and they might bid. You might sell it to a congressman. You might sell anything. You know, it's all kinds of ways. It's all kinds of ways of marketing stuff right now. So you don't have to, you know, zone in on a record label or some people sitting around waiting for Atlantic to put out.
You have
some
digital
shit.
distribution now. You can put it out yourself.
That too. But I still have. I still love. You know, you might want to see if people bid or something because.
Right.
You know, it's like you could be like the male, you like James Brown. You like the male Aretha Franklin. Like, you live up to that status because your music you like a legendary guy when you walk in the room. But not, I won't say legend, your music holds a status. Right. Your music holds a big status because you're making records and...
I still love vinyl, though. I love vinyl and cassettes and CDs. I like the physical.
You know, I like looking
at the artwork.
You know, I was wondering though. You know, looking like at you said, the passion. I love hearing that you can flow and you can still make words go together and rhyme at your time now. Like that's an honor to hear your vocals come back through those Yamaha 10S's. And like you said, a lot of people can't do that. They can't hear a new voice, a new flow come back through the monitors. Cause they so, you know, I listen to my old shit a lot, but it gets boring because you gotta perform the same records every night. I think, to me, I put my shoes in another rapper. That shit must be torture. They might feel comfortable doing that shit, but at night they go home. That shit is like, you be like, damn, I want to hear something else that I can do.
But you know, even with your shows, you'll do a little ultra stuff. You do some Black Elvis, some Dr. Octagon, but then you'll do some brand new stuff. And
but I was just saying the torture would hurt my body to feel.
You mix it up though. You don't just do
like even now, like you got a football player with a studio in the NFL, and he going to make a brand new song. He might have grew up listening to your shit, but he's still making something new. I'm like, I think it's a release for your body. Like sometimes even
it's therapeutic for sure.
Even as a rapper, how can you hold your words in your fucking body like that? What, you gonna sit and argue with your wife and you know, I'm a legend, bitch. You know, I've been a legend and I'm gonna keep doing my songs and fuck you, get in there and cook some food. I mean, I feel there's other, like you said, it's therapy. I feel it's like,
is that how it is, Sharon?
I feel it's therapeutic to still record. Like, I feel it's therapeutic to still make some songs. Like, it's only comfortable. Like, you know, I know it hurts a lot of artists because I'm an artist and I can speak for you because you're not an artist. Right. A lot of the motherfuckers suffer.
Well, I'm not a rapper, but I feel
no, you're not a rapper. But I'm telling you,
art to what I do.
I'm telling you,
as far as putting out projects.
I'm telling you through me. I'm telling you. I'm telling you through me. A lot of motherfuckers are suffering because you can't get your feelings out. Like, you can't get your feelings out. You can't get your feelings out.
Right. So, artists, get your feelings out. Put
no,
your
I'm saying
pen
even if you don't put them out and press them up and you know, and then you got a lot of motherfuckers too. They was robotically programmed with the labels back in that time. You know, when Polygram was out, when Mercury was out, when MCA was out, when name something, when Geffen was out, when Warner Brothers was out. You know, which these labels turned into internet labels. So these people are stuck with the program of being forward in the studio as a PO so they can go record. You know, when people lost these things, they became handicapped because they no longer kept recording, as a lot of people in the South was hustling, and they kept recording. People on the West, whatever people was doing, hustling, selling, whatever they had to do, you know, to hustle to keep the records going and pay for their own studio time. A lot of people in New York got kind of handicapped with the deals. So people, when the budgets got swiped from under their feet like a rug, people couldn't go in the studio and drink Hennessy all night and fuck off a lot of time. That's why the industry got fucked up, because a lot of these dudes had got $200,000 and $300,000 as an advance. You know, even when Capitol gave me like a recording fund, like $1 million to do 500 recording fund and 500 to move to LA when they had people stand in the the Westlake houses. What it was called? It was a house that all the rappers could go out and stay in, but I never stayed in. They went up to they used to rent out the houses. They had a complex in LA that they give all the rappers a place to stay. You could stay up in the. It was connected with the record industry. Like
right.
It was something. The Westlake apartments, everybody would stay. Rappers stayed in the valley. Yeah. They got their budgets. But what happened?
I know people missing them budgets right now.
So what happened was with the budgets fucked up a lot of rappers' heads. And when you couldn't take girls in the studio and spend $300,000 and drink Hennessy all night and get one song done, that's when the labels stopped fucking with people and they started jumping on the hustlers who got hot in the streets. And people said, you got your own money and your shit is rolling already. These guys couldn't do it no more because they was fucking up the advances, which they fucked it up for everybody.
Yeah.
People that wanted to make records and finish recording a song and turn their albums in, these guys fucked it up for everybody. Dudes who drunk Hennessy, bought an ugly bitch in the studio and messed up 400,000 with two.
You like,
hold on. With
they drink Hennessy. They got an ugly bench, and they had a $300,000.
No. What happened was. Check it out. What happened was these dudes turned in 2 songs, or these type of guys turned in in a week, and the label was like, hold up, this shit ain't adding up, and. When you got a lot of dudes...
Party in the strip club. Party in the club.
Okay.
Get your work done.
When you got a lot of dudes doing that...
The studio's for music.
Right. When you got a lot of dudes doing that, the labels was losing.
Get your vibe on.
The labels lost so much money. I'm telling you, all these labels went probably bankrupt. They just got a little money promoting the shit they got left. But they went bankrupt because a lot of these motherfuckers ran up tablets.
A lot of them was gone.
They ran up tablets that fucked them up, So you got 300,000 and you turned in 2 or 3 songs that was bullshit, and you supposed to finish 14 songs, and they got to go get another budget because you still haven't lived up to the first budget and turn in your songs. They got to go fill out some papers, go to the president, and say, yo, we still need more money. We need another producer. This shit is trash. That's what made this shit fucked up.
Crazy. So what have we learned? Get your work on in the studio.
Well, that's what I
don't fuck up the budget, because you're really just borrowing money at that point.
And it ain't your money. It wasn't your money because it's a
loan shark.
It's a loan shark, and you gotta pay that money back. I mean, you can, and when they started paying the producers back then, remember they was paying producers, who was the hot producer, give him 50, give him 100,000. You got $1 million to work with. You pay.
Right.
You give Timberland what? 300,000 for a track. You give another guy 400,000. So that's just two. That's two tracks. Hold on, that's 2 tracks. That's just 2 tracks.
Swiss Beats.
Okay, maybe 700. You 700 in the hole. Okay.
Dr. Dre get a $500,000.
And then you take 100,000. You run and buy a little Phantom or something. Okay, hold on. Let me finish this shit out. You drive a little Phantom. You get your Hennessy bitch in there, and then the company is like, we only got 4 songs.
You don't like Henny.
No. I like Henny. No, I'm saying you get your 4. Right. No, I'm saying you get your 4 songs.
Henny gonna be like.
No, I'm saying, but check it out. You got 4 songs from 4 top producers that you really need, and then. But you don't got nothing else to full. You ain't got no fullers. You ain't got an album to turn.
Album cuts. You got a couple of singles with no album cuts.
No, you ain't got nothing to finish the album with. Right. And you ain't got album cuts at all. You ain't got shit.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. You saying album cuts? You can't even. Right? Hold up. You can't. I'm saying you can't finish your album. You just got 4 records in a Phantom.
No, you done fucked up, right? Yo,
No, I'm saying,
I've seen
nah.
dudes get budgets, buy a car and a fur or two and some jewelry, and still live in the projects.
Yeah.
Retarded. At least buy a house.
Well, it ain't the point
They
of buying.
can afford.
It ain't the point of buying a house. It's the point
Buy a
of
house for your family.
like me. I lived in
Damn.
L.A. for 10 years. I stayed in 2 apartments for 10 years. But the point is, I'm just saying,
Right.
some rappers have a way of doing things with their money, like the floss rate. I mean, as a rapper, you go through your early stages. First thing, when you're a rapper, when you get money, you want to buy a big ass chain to be official. You want to buy a fucking
Big ass
chain.
chain.
You want to get a ring. You want to get a Rolex.
What was your first big ass chain?
I went down to Canal Street. That's the thing of every rapper is to buy a chain. Now I'm gonna tell you one thing. Yeah. You get through your jewelry stages early. Like your first couple deals
It's like
is your
ultra-
jewelry
ultra
stage.
days.
Yeah, you go and buy rings. You know, and then you get into other shit. You know, that's the jewelry has always been first in rap history
Right.
of rappers' money going right out the door. It's
Right.
jewelry. I've been in that. Everybody goes through that phase. It's like a sickness. It's like your first pill as a rapper. Buying jewelry. You start buying jewelry. You get all the rings. You can go. You go fucked up buying jewelry. You jerk your recording budget. Jewelry.
Right.
And then you buy a car. Like really, in a rapper's mind, he probably saying like a house is last, cause his jewelry is first.
You're always torn.
You know, but then after, like me,
Jewelry depreciates.
like me,
in value.
like me, as time
Houses
went
go
on,
up.
like it's me as time went on, like you get into a point that you wear jewelry when you want to put it on, but when you in your first stages of rap, like they say, like the rookie, he want to buy jewelry first. Like he want to buy a lot of jewelry, but like you said, now the rappers probably are different. Like you know, like Childish Gambino and them, they don't really need. They don't buy jewelry. They comfortable. You know, these guys will wear something, huh?
I feel like
No, I'm just saying these guys are comfortable, which is
he's one of the
cool.
most
Because you don't want,
multi-talented
even if
people
you
of
had a
the
kid in music, you don't want his first drive to be to make a record, is to buy jewelry. You still want him to make some good music first, than him thinking about
Right.
getting a chain first. Because a chain don't make you dope. So you got a lot of niggas out here wear jewelry whack as fuck.
I know dudes.
You can wear the biggest chain and be whack
I
as
know
fuck.
dudes covered in jewelry who are trash.
Right.
It don't make you dope. Being
But
a
I'm-
gangster don't make you a good rapper.
But I'm just saying. But I'm
And
just
all the
saying
jewelry in the
though.
world
But I'm
don't
just
make you
saying
dope
is.
either.
But I'm just saying it's good. It's good. If you're good, you making good records. It's good maybe sometimes for the appearance, but you don't need it for the appearance.
Right.
I've learned about that too, which I switched off when I did Octagon. You don't need. You know, your presence don't have to. You can change your presence,
Right.
but as long as you still look clean and nice, and you might wear a ring or something. But you notice that's the first image they feel is prompt to make them feel accepted. I think that's an acceptance thing and an uncomfortable thing. Sometimes you're not uncomfortable in you're not comfortable in your skin.
Right. Speaking of skin, when did you first fall in love with pornography?
I've been
You're known for having the dirty raps and being a fan of the porno DVDs.
Well, I've been buying movies for years, like from traveling to different cities. Really, I don't hang out and go nowhere. Really, like I stay in the neutral zone and I don't go
So you just
places.
stay in the
Like I don't,
hotel and watch your porn.
you hear you hear a lot of rappers. They go out and get into trouble and go places and disappear and go into
Right.
cities. Like I don't know certain cities, so I don't know certain cities, so I might go somewhere. Before I wander into trouble or get in trouble with the cops or go somewhere and get into some shit I don't,
Right.
I don't supposed to be in. I bought movies to kind of balance me after the show. I go to my room after the show and watch some movies because, that's another state you go through, like the girl rate and the groupies and stuff. You're no longer into taking a girl back to your room every night because
Be careful with
at that time
I had to get shots because of that. I keep it real.
at that time though.
Them
I'm
groupies
saying
is dirty, y'all. Watch out.
I'm saying at that time I was thinking that at that time the industry was aggressive like that, but you don't feel that no more. It's the point of getting over your first season, second season, your sophomore jinx. then you get to be into yourself. Like, I'm gonna go back to my room, be cool, and do something different. Maybe get me some nice movies. I'm gonna watch a movie, burn some incense. You have a more understanding of yourself.
But you're scientific with it.
Huh? So my thing is,
you have shot your own movies. You have, you know, I remember we was in St. Louis, and I came to check on you. And you were sitting there watching a video of you watching a chick, like telling, oh yeah.
Well,
you look
yeah,
so
I remember that movie. Yeah, I got the masturbation series, the Octagon thing.
Right.
But I really never went out to a lot of places, and I have friends that we all had like girls that would come over and strip like here. They'll come to my house and dance. I didn't have to go to
bring them over here.
I didn't have to go to a strip. I didn't have to go to a strip club. You know,
don't fuck me up, Sharon.
I mean, back in the days, I did a lot of all the strip clubs. You know, I went to Rolex and Coco's and Magic City and
Magic City down in Atlanta.
All the clubs. I mean, every strip club. Even if it was L.A. King. If it was.
Akinelli owns King of Diamonds, right?
Oh, King of Diamonds, yeah. I mean, even all those clubs, even the L.A. just, First Kings and all the places, I mean, even in New York, just like you said.
I don't like spending that much money though.
But I did that already, so I started doing more house things. Like I started doing more house things and photos and taking pictures, and I made my own life comfortable because I had my camera. I was a photographer, so I took pictures of girls at home, or I would have somebody in a stripper pose.
Hey, you want to come over and I'm a photographer.
Yeah, I would take pictures more at home and do stuff. I did more home things that guys at a strip club that the average rapper probably couldn't do. I took more things in my home life. Like girls would come over and dance. I built my own thing. Like I put up a purple light, get some wine. I made the environment of a strip club at home or something. I did stuff that rappers probably wasn't thinking about. Everybody felt they had to go out to the club physically and throw dollars in the air and stuff like that. I just had people come and I put a purple light up and make everybody's eyes glow in the dark, and I felt that was cool and safe for me. I didn't feel like, but I did the days of going out, which I might go once in a while, but I did the days of going out to be in all the strip clubs and stuff. And you get over that. I used to park my tour bus in front of a strip club. I go make my tour bus driver park. I remember I was in Memphis one time. I made my tour bus driver park in front of some strip club, and he don't supposed to even be on that route. Mm-hmm. All the buses was going to the next city. I'm like, yo, let's pull this shit over and whatever. Shake your ass, Joey's.
Lollapalooza or something?
Any tour, I drop my driver. I make him get off the highway, and we hit a strip club. The whole group is getting off. Black Elvis. You might see my tour bus in front of Magic City. And it wasn't supposed to be on that route. It's just I would stop there, but then at those times I stopped doing that anyways. But I've been through that.
You was living that creep life.
Why you say creep life?
Because you got to embrace it.
Why it has to be a creep life?
You got to embrace your creep. Being a pervert and enjoying it.
I'm saying it's not a creep life. It's not a creep life. He said, you living that creep life. No, it's not. It's like, I wasn't creeping. I had the big bus out there. Of course I wasn't creeping.
Out there in the open. You're like, hey, I'm here. I'm a tour bus with my face. That's not creepy. That's out in the open.
Oh yeah, that's out in the open. Yeah, so I mean, my thing was just, I had those days, but I took it as a learning experience. Because like you said, you do spend money, and when you're on a tour on the bus and you making money, you didn't care about really tipping strippers, because the next night your show, you making that same money again. You making 7, 8, 10 G's a night. It don't bother you, you take it to another strip club, but you don't spend all your money.
I like to save my money.
No, it's not the point that I
like
did
giving
that.
These girls no money.
But it's not like I did that. I didn't do it in
I want to get paid to DJ in a strip club.
Yeah, I didn't do it all the time. I did it like... I
want to get paid to be there. That's me, though.
Yeah, but I didn't do it. I did it for more of the experience. But I was doing that before I was making records. Right. See, some of these guys... And then like another thing, a lot of people got pretty because they making records. Like, I was going to strip clubs regular before I made songs. See, a lot of people had to make songs to really get famous, to notice. Like, you know, it's like when you make a song, the girl that didn't like you now like you. Right. I always, you know, I had natural girlfriends anyway. So before music.
What you was saying, a lot of these motherfuckers. He was getting pussy before he was putting out records, y'all.
Yeah, no,
he ain't one of them motherfuckers that need to put out records to get some ass.
Yeah, I ain't gotta stand in front of a car.
There's a lot of artists that don't like that.
A lot of these motherfuckers. You really look at a lot of motherfuckers. They ain't have a record out. A bitch, honestly, would not talk to them at all. A lot of people like that. But I'm just saying, I didn't do that. I had a life before.
Some of these artists are weirdos. They're very awkward people.
Yeah, but I'm saying, you look at, you know, some artists, like you said, they had to put records out or they had to get up to a certain status to start becoming a sex symbol. Right. I was never like that. I was just natural person.
You was a natural sex symbol.
No, I wasn't I wasn't saying a sex symbol. A guy that can really, a guy that can pull a chick, a guy that can talk to a girl without music.
I'm just messing with you.
You know, a lot of these dudes had to say what I'm doing now. Or they got a whole magazine up in a chick's face and no, that's me right there on the cover of that.
What up, girl?
You know, I ain't have to do that. I didn't have to do all that type of stuff. I was naturally into that stuff in my whole, not porno. Like, people said I was a porno star and stuff. I was not a porno star. I just was into porno. I was more like a voyeur of stuff like that. Like you said, I was a voyeur. And I looked at stuff. Then I participated.
A little bit from time to time. As a vibe, you know.
No, I was into stuff like I was... I mean, you know, I had
a couple
creative.
of chicks come over my old crib uptown.
Right, I know what you're saying.
Watch. I like to touch.
I know what you're saying.
Just watch.
No, but like you said, I feel it was an experience for me. I mean, and I learned from it a lot. But I said the new people really, that's their first experience. Like you said, when they go back to buying the chains, you know, they want to get their first brick and make it rain. That's understandable. I guess that's saying like they made it.
I mean, you know, it's important to have fun, but save your money and make smart investments too.
Yeah, but I mean, you gotta have fun too. You can't live a stiff old life either. No. So you can't stop. I'm not, because I don't want you don't want to detour anybody from enjoying it. So because people did not have fun until they made it. So it's all right to grant yourself some fun. If you can handle the fun. That's what I'm saying. Some people can't handle the fun. They go out and squeeze somebody's ass, get arrested. Some people can't handle fun.
Right.
Some people can't handle fun.
I was saying, by fun, you mean cocaine or do you mean fun in general?
I never.
I'm just kidding.
Well, I never fucked with coke.
I'm kidding.
That's another thing too. I never really indulged in all the drug shit. You know, the pills. You know, it's funny. I came up in the '80s. A lot of people. When you was doing shows, everything was in a brown bag with some cocaine. The promoters paid you with coke. They'll smack you with a big pound of coke and say, yo, that was a dope show. And you looking at, yo, this motherfucking pound of coke and $7,000 in a bag. I mean, this is a different kind of payment. You know, I'm like, but I'm like, huh?
That's a lot of money though.
But I'm just saying, back then, you know, people, you know, and you know,
it's like 2 point something keys.
And then, you know, I still be around.
That's $100,000.
I still been exposed to people, even the girls, like you said, white girls, and let's do a line, let's do a bump. I mean, I've been through that shit all my life. Like, I don't need to do it no more. I'm not doing that anyway. I wasn't into them too. You know, I mean, I get weird people. People drop like 7 pills in my hand. Some people throw pills on the stage. I don't know what the fuck that is. People throw 20 pills at me. I'm doing my show, looking at the floor. I see 30, 20 pills on the floor. What am I supposed to do? Eat them? Pick them up and eat them?
I do remember you buying,
I don't know what the fuck that is.
Wings.
I don't fuck with it.
Chicken wings at the crowd though back in the day.
Yeah, I throw food at the crowd, but I don't throw drugs at the crowd.
Yo, I remember
that's better than, you know,
before
I don't take all
you,
that stupid shit they taking right now.
I think it was 2002, SUNY Purchase College. I was over there, and you started throwing chicken wings in the crowd. And I remember I caught one, I was like,
in the Capri Sun.
I was like, yeah.
But that was cooked. That was chicken though. That was real chicken.
I know. I ate it.
That shit was wrapped up. It was real chicken. I know a lot of fans ate it. I seen people eating and licking their lips, looking for more. But I'm just saying, you know, I'm never gonna throw like some drugs at people or nothing. You know, the shit that comes to me. You know, I get off stage, people slap me 5. And I close my hand, but I open my hand. I say, what the fuck is this? You know, it'd be a big ass, you know, piece of bubble gum, but it's supposed to be drugs or something. I don't know what that shit is.
Nah, if you don't know them like that,
you know, they smack me with some shit, look like a piece of bubble gum, and that shit gonna make you feel good, man. Just chew it, you know. Like I be like, I don't know what the fuck it is. I throw the shit away, you know. But I'm not like, I never used drugs to record with and all that. Like a lot of people now. See, a lot of people, you got a lot of artists. I've been in the studio with a lot of different artists. They need like a lot of shit just to
alcohol,
record.
Liquor.
And I never was that kind of artist. They need a lot of shit just to record. They might go in the bathroom. They might do 3 lines. They got to put the Coke straw down on the album cover.
They might tell you they got diarrhea and go to the bathroom 10 times. They're doing lines every time.
But I'm like,
they fake flushing.
I don't need that. I don't need that shit. Like, I don't need that to make a song, though.
Right.
You know, a lot of people, you know, people want to live out. They want to live out the rock star life, but a lot of rock stars don't even do that, you know. But you know, I've been through all that stuff. I just see it in my visions, you know. I know I've been in hotels with girls. They didn't sleep in the bed. They slept with their head in the toilet.
Love it.
They slept with their head in the toilet, and I was scared that they gonna overdose in my room and the cops gonna ask me a lot of questions. I've seen that shit too, like people just, you know, shit like that. I just go to bed. I'm like, it's 2 chicks with their head in the toilet sleeping because they don't know, they've been throwing up so much that they just sitting there because they gotta keep throwing up, and they gonna make a comfortable seat right there so they can throw up, and they ain't gotta walk to the toilet.
Know your limit, ladies and gentlemen. Know your limit.
So that's, you know, that's basically the music business. And, you know, and like you said, I've been around the world, and, you know, when you see people going to these extravagant places, like motherfuckers just getting to Paris and London and, you know, the Mediterranean, I've been there already. So it's like, now it's a big thing to be flashy, like I'm in those places. I'm like, motherfucker, I've been there.
Era.
Huh?
It's a social media era. People taking pictures.
Yeah, but I'm just looking at motherfuckers like, I was walking around London when you was in fucking Pampers.
Yeah. That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So get the fuck out of here.
I'm 35, turning 36 this year.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at it like that. I'm like, I'm walking through fucking Manchester, you know, I've been walking around and standing in fucking Rome or something, or Barcelona or something, like, you know, you fucking drinking Nestle's quick or something. My mind is, you see these motherfuckers now people trying to floss, like, hey, what's up? I'm in Paris. I'm like,
but you know
get
what?
The fuck out of here.
These are young people who's just starting to win. And you know, we got to allow them that time to win, but still give them that same kind of guidance, so they can have some kind of longevity. You know what I mean?
Well, I wouldn't
let them
say
have
that.
their fun, but you know, drop some jewels on them at the same time.
Yeah,
you know
that's
I mean?
true too.
Because you don't. Some artists.
But you know, I don't want to be like
I'm
either.
gonna be real with you though.
I don't want to be like a monkey that never had nothing.
But you also don't want to be. There's one artist in my mind from your generation who were like, I already did that. I did that before you. I already said that.
No, but I'm not saying it in an arrogant. No, I'm not saying it in an arrogant way.
You have
to have some kind of house training on knowing that you went over there and stuff like that. Say, oh, that's nice. You did that. It's so cool. I'll pat you on your back.
But you know what?
But not.
You post the pictures up. It brings more business.
Yeah.
So if I'm DJing here and I...
No, not in that way. You doing a
pictures
professional thing. You doing advertising. But I'm just saying, you don't want to go about it like, you don't be a, That's what I'm saying. We got to control ourselves.
Don't be too extra with it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying,
Right.
Because like you said, the other side of people going to say, the motherfuckers never acting like they never been nowhere.
Right.
The other side, right?
Who? Talking about white people or people in power? Or rich people?
I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying, we're being watched.
Yes. Big Brother's watching you.
Yeah, big.
The evil
I don't know.
eye.
Is it the Big Brother?
The all-seeing eye.
That could be you. I don't know who you work for. Shit.
I work for myself. The Ronin has
no, I'm just saying, but we're watched. We're being watched.
Mm-hmm.
We're being watched, and
We sure
people
are.
be like, "Look at those." People on them horses ride by. Say, "Look at them."
Oh man. So Keith,
Yeah.
before we get up out of here, what you got coming out? And what do you have out now?
I'm working on an album with Psycho Les.
From the Beat Nuts.
Yeah,
I
we
heard
picked
about
out
that.
some real good tracks, and everything sounds just fantastic.
Right.
And Psycho really came with some dope heat, and it's really nice to, and me, I rap on my own beats. Sometimes it's good to get out and drive some other cars and stuff like
Les
that.
got bangers, though.
And
They got beats.
the beat world is so massive right now. It's hard to find a lot of good stuff without it being what's going on right now.
Right.
Like, so you gotta search hard, and like I said, beat picking is a very hard art. Finding beats, because you gotta know what beats you like, what beats fit you. Some people just take any beat, but I think this was a good judgment this time, and it was good to drive somebody else's car. Sometimes a lot of people got, you got all kinds of cars out there: Ferraris, Bugattis, Corvettes, Mustangs, Lotuses, McLarens, Saabs. And I drive all different kinds of, I like to drive all different beats. To me, I consider them like cars. I like to drive different ones. And, a lot of dudes don't want to take a drive. They still fucking with the electric 225 Buick and all that. Motherfuckers want to drive an older Savory. And, you want to get some nice sports cars, and that's how I look at beats. And my beats are like Alfa Romeos and stuff. Formula One Porsches. So, but sometimes I want to drive somebody else's race cars and see what they got. As long as I ain't in no, some old, some Savory, 1974 Buick Regal or something.
You want to be the 82 Gremlin?
Huh? 82 Gremlin. Right, 82 Gremlin. Or the, like you said, I know AMC. I know AMC.
You want to be in the hatchback, old station wagon?
I like you said, I like sports cars, but I will fuck with like a Oldsmobile 442 or something. I like the, some beats got big engines and stuff like that. Beats are like cars. So
you get the project with Psycho Les.
With Psycho Les, I think it was good. I found some dope sports cars and some dope muscle cars in that batch.
Another project you're working on that I know of personally, because I've helped record some of the tracks. I know you got a project coming out with Sadat X from Brand Nubian.
Yeah, Sadat, I'm waiting for a little more of his mixes to come through, and when he get time, I'm quite sure you would pressure him a little bit for the other side of the time to come on that side.
Well, that's my low life brother right
I think
there.
I'm waiting for him to turn in his side. I think you got everything. You and Eric should.
I think I sent it all to Eric, but
coordinate everything.
Maybe I'll send it all over again.
I'm saying with us, I think we rolling because we picked out some nice cars, and it's about even Sadat X. Oh, you forgot even Sadat X is good. As adjusting on what's going on right now. That's what a good thing. He's still good at adjusting what's going on. So
definitely,
we picked out some good sports cars and big motor engines.
A true MC crap at any kind of production.
Yeah.
That's why, you know what I hate? When I'm DJing on a radio show and I'm just playing instrumentals for them.
And
Like, can you have this? Can you play it? Motherfucker, just rap. Shut up and rap, man. Don't.
Well, that happened to me when I submitted a lot of beats to different people. I had got a lot of feedback of a lot of rappers that didn't put the vocals down because they was like, you got something else, like they can't get on nothing, so they handicap. They stuck in a certain beats, but they stuck in a certain BPM also.
Right. Some people are stuck in certain BPMs or certain sounds.
Yeah, a lot of these motherfuckers are stuck in a certain BPM. If you give them something above their BPM or out of it, they like fucked up for life.
Right.
And they can't really operate. So, me, I'm a artist that can get on all kinds of beats. So I have no troubles, but I take my time to pick out some nice beats. Finding beats is hard from a producer, and finding beats is hard even online because you got to still search.
Right.
And you can have a producer play 40 beats and they all be bullshit.
I'm blessed to have some great producers in my crew, so I don't have to ever go.
No, I'm just saying you can though. You ever got sometimes somebody sent you something from a part of somewhere, and you be like, damn, all these shits is garbage. And
yeah, I block them people. Like, you can't talk to me again. If you send 40 beats and I don't like none of them, we can't talk no more.
Right. And it's people like that.
You don't have it. Yeah.
There's people got some cars. You be like, this shit, man, all these shits, I can't drive none of these motherfuckers.
They all hoopties falling apart.
Yeah.
It's trash.
So I'm just saying.
I'll be mad
and motherfuckers out here.
You send me 40 beats and they all trash. Why you wasting my fucking time, man?
And
you don't
know what's funny though?
God,
but I was thinking was somebody behind them when they was building that shit saying, yo, stop right there, stop right there. You already made like 10 of these shits. Like, stop right there, stop. But there's nobody there.
Some people get better as they go with rapping and production if they have constructive criticism. But some people just don't have the brain power and the creativity to ever get to a certain level.
But there's nobody to say stop.
I'll say stop.
Well, if you got...
I've told people, listen, bro, you don't got it.
But you know what's funny too? You got a lot of people that are around that say, yo, that shit is dope. You know why they saying that? Because they saying it.
What about driver, whatever.
Well, what about the yes man? What about the yes man who says, yo, that shit is dope, man. Yo, but he just saying it.
They fucking the whole world up.
But the supporter?
Yes man.
Right.
You got to be honest with your peoples.
Like if a dude drop a whack verse, yo, that shit is fire. But he's a supporter.
Yo. I've seen people do the worst verses of their lives. Oh, that shit was dope, bro. I'm looking at everybody like, what? And they all leave, and the rapper asked me, like, yo, how you think I did? I was like, honestly, I know you could do better. I've recorded a lot with you. I know that's not even close to your best.
Yeah.
Let's work on it again. Let's do.
At least you
go back
honest.
to the drawing board and do something else, because you got to put your best foot forward. But I say it like that. I'm not gonna be like, oh, that shit was trash.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say like, listen, I know your level of your standard of quality is up here, and that wasn't meeting it. Yeah. So let's work on it.
Yeah, because you can't insult the artist in that kind of way.
Sometimes you gotta go back to the drawing board and write the whole new verse, because that verse ain't working.
Yeah. But when you get up to a certain level like me, I'll never rip a verse up. I always told a rapper, if you're not at the level to go with your first verse yet. And you shouldn't live up to the standards to say that some people be like, well, I'm a legend. I could leave that shit there. But you be like, that shit is still whack, even though you're a legend. But me, I look at it as like, I don't, like, all my verses I didn't got up to the level to criticize myself.
Right.
Like, nobody can't tell me to come out the booth that's whack or something. I'm glad I learned that from Paul C. He was the last person to tell me to go do a rap over. And
Paul C. to work with Luck Professor.
Andre Harrell always told me, as long as your vocals are up and you saying what you need to say, keep your vocals up loud. And I'm glad I passed that time too. But the thing about me when I was rapping, I never came out and rapped in people's face a lot. I was dancing before I was rapping, so I kept my rapping hidden. Like when I was whack, I think I was whack in the house. Like I stayed in the house whack. Yeah. And then when I went public, I was dope enough to say I'm gonna go public. When some people come out their house, whack. They should have stayed in the house.
Wait till you get good enough. Stop trying to put out your first song.
Yeah.
Like, damn.
But I think that was good for me. That was a good thing that worked for me.
I said a flashback. I ain't seen no names, but I remember this dude. It was like his first or second song he ever recorded in his life, and he was so trash. And I burned that bullshit to a CD for him. And he asked for 2.
He asked for 2.
And this motherfucker, he went to Hot 97 with it.
Oh, and that was an insult to you because you burnt it.
Yo,
you was just as guilty.
I recorded it.
You recorded
I got paid to record it.
And he said,
and I'm like, oh my God, this is trash.
And he ran out the door.
And he went into Hot 97 saying my motherfucking name. Yo, I just came from J-Ronin's studio. I got some new fire for y'all to play.
And he said,
and they said, thank God they didn't take the CD. They threw him out the building.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to the staff of Hot 97. I apologize. Some motherfuckers are delusional. That's why if you're not good enough for me to record, I'm just not gonna do it.
Right. You know? You saying people they push it to the limit.
I can't sit there and for that $20, $30, $40, $50 an hour you got for me. It's not worth it.
Right.
It's trash. Because you're polluting my brain.
Right.
I could get infected with the whackness.
Well, that's going on in a lot of places, though. Like you saying,
I turn people down. Some girl that worked for Lens Crafters down the block was trying to rap. She came over here trying to pay me.
And she was whack as fuck.
She was so out the pocket. She was like, she was just terrible.
But how's she gonna get? I'm just saying, how's she gonna get better?
And she
didn't
listen.
So you saying? Hold on. You're going back to. You saying you're not teaching a young person?
First of all, she old. She wasn't young. She was.
Oh,
she was an old head trying to start rapping.
Oh, so you saying you work with them if they're young?
I work with the young, and I've dabbled with some.
So you won't put So you saying you won't put a 70-year-old man in the NBA?
No, he'll die. His heart might
if
bust
he's
out
dope,
his chest.
If he's dunking on everybody in the world,
no, I'll put him in a senior citizen league. You know, the over 66,
right?
The over 65 league,
right?
I ain't gonna put him in.
You ain't gonna let him guard LeBron.
No.
So that's what you feel about the girl.
But rapping is a mental thing, not a physical thing.
Right.
So 30 years from now, you can still be great.
Right.
As long as your mind.
But you saying
sharp.
she never been good to be great.
Right.
She's not good yet.
And then she was ignorant enough to not listen, not take constructive criticism from me. I've recorded thousands of songs. Thousands. Mm-hmm. I've been around so many amazing artists.
So what you don't like about her delivery?
Out the offbeat like a motherfucker.
Right.
She out the pocket like.
So you saying the $50? Like you saying that? So you saying it's the tolerance?
The flow was totally off.
The wordplay
was bad. It's like, you know.
Lens crack.
Yeah. The person's job was handing out flyers for Lens Craft.
But you don't think there's artists out now that rap like her but getting away with it? It's a lot.
Not that bad. She made Cardi B look like MC Lyte.
Wow.
All right.
Wow.
Damn. Well, I mean, I guess like you said.
You're
saying the ratio.
Some people just don't got it. It's you can learn only so much. It's a natural talent as well.
That's why I try to tell a lot of people too. They thought rap was in a sport as a developing.
There's a natural talent to it, and you can learn.
No.
I've seen what I call a Tom Brady rapper. Mm-hmm. They're okay, but they work at it day and night to become amazing.
Yeah.
And then I've seen the naturally gifted ones become lazy and not work at it.
So you saying that's like
decline? You know.
You saying that's like a football player trying to rap, but sometimes they might be good, but they from.
No, it's like somebody with Down syndrome trying to rap sometimes.
Oh, okay.
So those motherfuckers is just not.
But you saying they
no disrespect to those that have Down syndrome.
Yeah.
You know, but it's something. Not everything is for everybody. You know what I mean? Like, nah, I don't want no Mongols trying to fuck me up out here in the street. You know?
I'm just saying. You know, I know what you're saying.
You know? Remember Mongo from Blazing Saddles?
So what did you think about Jocko?
I don't even remember.
What did you think about Rapping Duke?
The ha.
Yeah.
That was some bullshit, to be honest.
Right. So you got all different kinds.
That was a bullshit fad.
Right.
You know.
But he came off.
Daffy Duck rap and this rap and the.
Right.
Those were corny fads in the early days of rap.
Right.
Let's be honest. You know what I mean?
I think one day I might just.
The ha.
Right. So it's like you said, it's all types. It's all types of raps and types of cadences. It's all kinds of cadences. It's endless cadences probably of rap. You know, it's a lot.
But rap, like Rakim says, rhythm and poetry. If you don't have the rhythm, you're offbeat like a motherfucker.
It depends.
And you don't have no poetry.
No, it depends if you are. You know, it's like even a lot of rappers can rap on different kinds of cadences. If you look at Eminem, he can flip on cadences. Right. He can go on and off. I could go on and off. A lot of people know how to find the beat like a blind person.
Right,
you know?
but some people are below average intelligence, and you know, it's not for them. You know.
You mean their thought, their brain? They don't have the mind.
Yes. Some people just can't do it.
Right.
I mean, and people want to argue, oh, anybody could do anything. No. It's some people just are not capable of doing certain things.
Right.
And
well, I always thought.
And I'm not.
I'm saying. Hold on.
Okay, and find something.
Hold on. What I want to say to you. Now, what I want to say to you, like, you might get somebody to do a taco commercial, and they'll just hire some average motherfucker, you know, to rap about tacos or something. Like, you know, they'll do
taco.
You know what I'm saying? Or they'll do insurance commercial rap or something. Anything on TV selling Toyotas. I think that people think they can grab anybody to do those things when they could have. Like, rappers still, like, you got professional football players, you got professional boxers, you got professional rappers. It's not rap to be going grabbing any motherfucker to do a comic commercial.
I mean, most
or Ajax commercial or anything. It just, I think that humiliates.
They're not doing that no more.
I'm saying that humiliates the culture because you got a whack nigga for 25 minutes on the Super Bowl that you found off somewhere to do a butter commercial rap.
They don't do that much anymore.
Nah, they used to. They used to do that shit. They used to do that shit a lot. They used to do that shit. They just maybe stopped doing it, but they used to do that shit.
They stopped doing
constantly, and they just stopped doing that.
The only people I see who still do that are like small little independent.
No, but they used to do it because you used to see it.
Come on over to the Lotto and insurance.
Insurance. Oh, and the dude that had the liquor store. Remember, buy your liquor uptown. Get the weed. Now he ain't say that, but he would be. He would talk about. But I know you see them in commercials, but like you said, that on a small scale.
Budget bullshit. That's not major company stuff.
Yeah, but like you said, people need to realize, like, go get a real person to do them kind of jobs, and don't humiliate that type of shit like that. Because I know what you're saying. You know. So we done, right? It's about to wrap up, and
I was looking who texted me. I was hoping it was the young lady I'm talking to right now, but it was only my mom.
Yeah.
But shout out to you, Mom.
Shout out to Mom and everybody, all the mothers.
Shout out to Mama Ronin. She don't play no games.
Yeah.
She from East Flappers. I always make fun of her. I tell her she's from Brownsville.
Right.
Cause she's like borderline. So I'm not from Brownsville. I'm from East Flappers.
Yeah. Don't go around her block because she ain't having it.
Yo, I'm gonna get my boys after you.
That's what she
tells me that.
Yeah.
So your boys died in 1987. They were so old. Come on.
Her boys?
Old school Murder Inc. Mafia dudes. They out of here. Come on.
She know the real mom.
1948. Yeah, but come on. Imagine. come here.
But like you said,
it's not happening.
we gonna definitely keep it. Like you said, we're gonna keep the power going and
keep the dopeness going.
Keep the dopeness and hope.
Staying humble, putting out dope music.
Now, what you saying about the music evolution? Like I just say, like the golden era ran for a while. It had a long run. Then the
and what do you consider the golden era?
Golden era was like from like 83 to 89, and then I think the music nows took a long. It had a long run. Like whatever's out now had a long run. I didn't never think like the golden era was at least a little different because it was individual. Now the stuff is all like the same at a real rampant rate, like a rampant rate.
Yeah, the people who are copies of other people, they don't live that. They don't last that long.
Right.
I feel like Kendrick has his own style. J. Cole has his own style. These guys are winning. Big Sean has his own style. The Migos, they do have their own style, and a lot of people copy off their flow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I like those groups in general, but I was saying that
I feel like Nicki Minaj got her own style.
Well, it's very few to make things different. It's like a lot of those groups, you put them in one box, but you got millions and quadrillions of these groups. That's a lot of them sound the same. Like,
right.
They sound the same. But I'm talking about the era. I'm just talking about the era. I'm not mad at the era. I just said it's good to adapt to it. It's good to adapt to it. But then again, it's all over. Like, even the music now, you got Latin doing the same stuff too. Like Latin had ended up the same as what's going on now too. Latin is not no longer reggaeton no more. It's Latin trap. Right. Latin. It's. I went to Miami in a club one time, and you couldn't tell me I was at no. You couldn't tell me if I was in Atlanta. It was just in Spanish.
Right.
Or I was down south or somewhere.
Well, I felt like reggaeton was limited because it really relied on that one type of rhythm.
Yeah, reggaeton. That's one thing I knew.
Like dancehall and hip hop, the beat could be anything, as long as
what I knew about the Spanish thing when the reggaeton was out, it was just boom, get that doom, and I kind of knew that was going to fade out because it was just one beat,
right?
And nobody really caught on to that, and later on, I know somebody was going to say, hold up, that's the same beat on a million songs.
That's why hip hop and dancehall lasts, because the production could vary so much.
Do you think the trap varies? I think it's different kinds of trap. Also, it's different kinds of hi-hat ticks. It's different hi-hats.
And different rolling bass.
Yeah, different hi-hats.
I mean, they still switch it up though. Like the more talented artists.
Right. It's all about what you put on top of it. And another thing too, I was thinking that with the music now, people feel that, your subject matter got to be about maybe what everybody's doing. You can put your own thing on whatever you doing, whatever you saying or whatever you doing. You can say what you want on what you doing.
Right.
But you don't have to necessarily follow the protocol and talk about what they talking about or something like that. You ain't gonna talk about
last
like
J. Cole album.
Yeah. You ain't gotta talk about.
But he's not.
Yeah. That's what I was telling people. Some people were saying that, if you get on there and talk about, their type of subjects, that means you are falling into what they're doing.
You'll follow them.
You could take your own subjects and put your own. A good rapper can take his own subjects and put what he wants on there, as opposed to you taking, following somebody, using their protocol words and the same thing. That means it's not sounding right, because you're not in that element. But you can put your own kind of story on it, or your own sound, or your own way of doing it. That's a rapper, really, the artistic point of it.
I don't know what to say. You're right.
Yeah. So it's no limit. It's no limits. It's no limits of thoughts in music. Basically, it's no limits in thoughts because you can put whatever you want to say. For me getting features and stuff, I might get a feature from a rock person, a trap dude might send me a beat, a techno dude. I mean, all kinds of funny alternative beat might come, but I adjust to all the rhythms. But I don't have to get on those beats and become rock or say what a rock star would say. I don't have to get on a trap record and start saying what is trap in the house or something. And I've been trapping. I just put what I want on top of the song. You know what I'm saying? So that's the point of being a professional artist.
Right.
Even when I make my own songs, I put what I want to put on them songs, and it's still originally who I am, even though I'm not on a beat that I made or something from Ultra.
It's all about being yourself and being original.
Yeah.
And no one could ever say that you're not original.
Yeah, I mean,
Definitely,
whatever I'm on.
You're a unique, one-of-a-kind person in this music world.
Yeah, you'll never hear me, using terms that another rapper uses or something. Like, I don't need his equipment or the way he structure his verses or something. I'm never, I'm not going to start using their vocab and all of that and all the slang. I have I have my own or whatever.
But you're also not going to use slang from '87 and sound.
Oh, I ain't gonna say fresh in word and
You ain't gonna be like, "What's up, baby Paul?"
Right. Like you said, I ain't gotta say. Like you said, I ain't gonna say. Something like you said. Like, what's the most corniest shit to say? I ain't gotta say yes sir on the track.
but that's like,
I ain't gotta say damn. That'd be crazy.
I mean, you could as on an album,
but I never used that shit. Even when it was out, I never used fresh and word, and I never used none of that shit. I never lived by. I never lived off the. You know what's funny? I never lived off the.
Kind of old school, huh?
You know what I was gonna tell you? I never lived off the slang anyway. I never lived off slang of all the records anyway. From all them years, I never lived off slang for my vocals. Never slang, no slangs at all. That's what kept my lyric. That's what kept a lot of my songs timeless. I never. And another thing, I never shouted too much. I did it one time, and I never did it again. Is dating records. For the 2000 such and for the 99. I never did none of that either.
That's the worst. Cause then the song come out 3 years later, and it's like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, I never. So those things I stayed away from.
Even artists do that.
So everything is good with me now. I don't gotta. I'm just staying original as I am.
Well, we appreciate it, brother.
And original.
We appreciate you, man. So listen, man. We gotta get the fuck up out of here. I got moves.
That was a long ass little term.
I thought it was gonna be like 20 minutes, and that shit was like an hour and 20 minutes. But that's okay.
Yeah.
Because you know what? You got things to talk about, and that was fun. I had fun. So,
it was all good.
So
Thanks a lot.
Now there's gonna be a podcast. This is going on the All Elements podcast.
Yeah.
You know
Let's
what I mean?
do what you do, but like you said, get the word out there.
Thank you, baby Paul. That was fresh.
Let motherfuckers know what's going down. Peace out to all originals. Everybody out there being original.
That's it, baby Paul.
You know what I'm saying? No Xeroxes.
Stay original, y'all. Stay humble. Peace, y'all. Shout out to Kool Keith. Appreciate you.